Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Tampa Bay Business Connections. And we have the RGA in the house. Well, we have two new RGAs in the house, and then we're going to show you a couple of reruns, and I apologize for that. But, you know, Marcus is super busy over there, and he's having a hard time right now wrangling people up. So we got Peter Crampton in the house. Now, not Frampton, but Crampton, right? I know. And this... Pete, you got something going on here that we were talking way before the show started, whole 9 yards, which I love the idea, and I guarantee the restaurants love the idea.
They do. The advertisers love it. The restaurants love it. Real quick, the reason I started this was I used to own 3 gyms, and I did mailers.
Right.
Worked good for me. But one day I came home, and I was just like everybody else. I grabbed my mail. I threw everything I didn't want away, and there was one of my mailers. And even though it was working good, I said, there's got to be a better way. And one day a guy knocked on my door, and he says, I'm doing a menu for the pizza shop down the street. I said, for that price, I'll try it. And I got so many people came in off that.
It's a no-brainer.
No-brainer. It was affordable. And so anyway, I sold the gyms, moved down here, and I was selling insurance, hated it. I thought, what could I do? And my morning time, I remembered that, and I thought I could figure this out. And that 2018, and my first one was with Mama Mia's on Ridge and Regency, and I've done two.
Love that little pizza place.
Great place. Well, that's one of the things. I only pick restaurants that have a 4-star or better. So
okay,
I'm better in restaurants than I am in the gym business. It just fits my personality better and my taste. But anyway, so I just started doing that. Now I'm in over 40 locations from Treasure Island to Spring Hill. So
oh wow, you're everywhere.
I've tried.
I thought you were just Pasco Hernando.
Nope. I've done Britt's Pizzeria down in Treasure Island. We've got 2 going right now down there. I got 2 people down there that work those, and one of them's ice cream place. So we're doing a menu for an ice cream place, and another one's island Jamaican type restaurant. And I just finished up Heroes downtown, subs and salads, and Gino's out in Spring Hill. And so yeah, it's moving right along.
That's awesome. So, I mean, what is the cost? I mean, I hate to, I'm not asking the cost. So the cost to the restaurant is nothing.
Zero. They are a mail delivery system, but instead of going into a mailbox, again, these menus are handed to them, whether it's takeout, delivery. And even when COVID hit and they have to wipe down their menus, they started using them when they sat down. But, we just went through a tough time with the restaurants. And so I'm giving them something for free so it helps with their costs.
Right.
And we're guaranteeing your message is getting seen. So I like things that are seen if I'm advertising.
Right. So if I go to, let's say, look, Kickin' Wings is right here, right? Mm-hmm. Is this what goes on their pizza box, or is this inside their restaurant? This is what sits in there on the tables going, oh, this is the food.
Now, they were using them when they're sitting down, too, but now they've just gone to use them strictly for their takeout and their delivery.
Okay.
So, which is good. If I'm not going to, if I get something sent to the mailbox, again, it gets thrown away. If I'm getting food delivered, they're not going to say, oh, I'll take the food, but take the menu off. I get your ad in the house. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, let's just talk real quick. I mean, so the Chinese guys has been doing this the right way ever since the Kingdom Come, right? You get it stapled on there.
Right.
First thing you got to touch.
Right.
And what do? Oh, you know what? These are, I've ordered them. I like these guys. Let's put this in the menu drawer.
Right.
So now these are coming, and these are way better quality. I mean,
100-pound gloss.
I can't believe that's what you give away. I'd be putting on a piece of paper going, here you go, good luck with that. Just hopefully it'll work for you. But what a great idea. I mean, look at Johnny Cool here. So here's Johnny Cool's, right? He's got the whole front.
Well, the whole back.
Oh, that's the back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, well, even still, I mean, it's the whole thing.
In advertising, the 2 most valuable spaces on a publication are front cover and back cover.
Okay.
So, it's but the nice thing about this, it's a trifold or a quad fold. So it's not like you have to go looking through 20 pages to find an ad. It's going to get seen, be seen, see.
Be seen.
Yeah. So
there you go. Be seen pro.
But the thing is, again, the little advertiser for as little as $200, even on some menus, $150.
Right.
You can have a bigger than it's about 30% bigger than a business card.
Business card, right.
It'll last 5, 6, 7 months.
Right.
So, I mean, it checks a lot of boxes. It helps the little guy, helps the
Right.
restaurant. It's just, and in advertising, someone needs to see there's so many theories out there, how many times they need
7 times.
7 times.
7 times is the impression number.
Okay, so
Impression number. We talked about that as well.
Oh yeah. So if Kickin' Wings is my favorite restaurant, if I eat there twice a month and I get a menu, in 6 months, that means they've seen my ad 12 times, because the first time
Right.
they may not need your service, the third time, even through the whole run. But why does your name stand out when I go looking for it? Because
Correct.
I've programmed you.
Right. Now, well, I tell you, and every time we have takeout, every menu, we save every menu. We save them. I literally have a drawer,
Right.
and I should be ashamed of myself because I preach you got to eat healthy, you got to be healthy, you got to take care of yourself. But we have a drawer for nothing but menus.
A lot of people do, or they stick them on the fridge.
Or the fridge. Oh, yeah. Well, when you got something like this, Forever coupon, that's the first thing you stick out, and you put that up, and boom, it's on there. I mean, you've got like Seven Springs Slovakia, right?
Right.
And just
That's a quad fold.
that's not. Look at that. I just can't get over how heavy the paper is.
Yeah, it's a 100-pound stock. It's most companies do advertising use almost like it's a newspaper print. You
Yeah,
see
paper.
Yeah. No, these are. Look, I want my advertisers to have a quality product. I want the restaurants to be proud of handing out our menus. If it's not for them, I don't have anything. So the advertiser's important, the restaurant's important, and it just gets a name out there. But not only just at home, because a lot of people order at work. So
Oh yeah, we have a drawer back in the
Right,
back.
so-
God, I should be ashamed of myself.
And and I was even talking to one of the restaurant owners. He goes, I can tell when they're ordering from your menu because they order more stuff. Because if it's all right in front of them, so they have to scroll through. Oh, you got desserts? Give me. They can tell they're ordering from a menu.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I get calls once in a while on here, people ordering food, and I'm going, no, you're looking at for advertising. So I know people are
But
calling.
thanks for calling.
Right.
You want to be seen?
Right.
Pro?
Right.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. But now, and I don't see the package, but you also have and we'll come back to this, but you also have another product.
Yeah, I do advertising on wet wipes. So, John, I've made a lot of bad moves in my life, but I was doing delivery menus and hand wipes when all this stuff happened. It was like God said, here's 2 no-brainers right now. But
Here's your carrot.
Here's your carrot, your last one. But yeah, so I create wet wipes that have advertising on them. I give those to the restaurants too, and they hand them out. Most people, when we buy pens, hats, whatever, we end up sticking them in our office, hand them out to people we already know. Where the wet wipes, I'm actually giving them to a restaurant, so they're creating new clients.
Right.
So
You give them to them.
I give them to them. Restaurants love me. I give them menus. I give them wet wipes.
My God, yeah.
And the advertisers love me because I'm getting their name out there.
Well, I know one of your big ones is Anna, right?
And she's the Duran Beam and Phil. They're awesome. Deborah Diaz is Contos Roofing says, quit calling me, just put me on it and send me a bill. I said, no, you got to give me a thumbs up or something.
Right.
But I have so many. When I first started, it'd take me 3 weeks to do a menu, all door knocking. Now when I call up my advertisers, say I opened up a place, it's 3/4 sold out before I even have to let it out to the public.
Wow.
Because they know it. They know I do it. I always take a picture of the restaurant or employee holding the menu,
Right.
and post it on Facebook so they know they're getting there.
So I mean, this. Oh my gosh, we're running out of time. So let me ask you, where do people find you to be on your marketing, on your selects there?
They can go to Facebook, which is bcpro.com. They can go to my website, which is bcpro.com. My email is peter@bcpro.com.
Look at that website. Man, you got tons of people.
Yeah, we've done over 40 locations now.
40 locations.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I remember when you first started this.
Yeah, it was just.
I'm like, what is Peter doing now? Oh my goodness.
Right.
And this has turned out to be a monster for you.
They say if you can find something you love to do, it's not a job.
That's correct.
And I've always been a marketing guy, even when I owned my own gyms, but I love that side of it. But I like things I believe in.
Right.
I could, if you told me to go sell something, someplace if I didn't believe in it, I can't sell. But I love this, and it's fun. Like I said, I get to deal with a little guy just starting off in business, $150, $200 for 6 months of advertising.
Right.
And I got big guys like Johnny Cool that does full page on the backside, So it's it fits everybody's box, So
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, look, if you want some advertising, there you go.
Come and
Get Peter Crawl. He'll take care of you. You can be on. Well, I think some of these are sold out. There's probably a waiting list for some of these folks, aren't there?
Yeah, I do offer the people who've already advertised first right of refusal. Okay. But, I just stopped at a restaurant on the way here. I've got a few that have called me and want to do menus, but I'm selective about who I do a menu for.
Right.
I just want, it's got to be at least a 4-star restaurant. If you're a 4-star or better restaurant and you want free menus, reach out to me too.
There you go. So. All right. We'll be right back. We got our next guest is Kevin Quinn's coming in.
Kevin's here. All
Kevin's
right.
here. He's in the house. So we'll be right back after these messages. All right, everybody, we're back. It's super exciting stuff right here. We're talking about the SBA loan system. And I know I just literally heard people throw their phones, slam their computers shut, and the whole 9 yards. And we know it's tough. We know it, right? But we got Kevin Quinn. He is an SBA loan specialist, right?
Correct.
You don't work for the SBA, but
No.
you know the process. And it's not like he woke up yesterday going, "Oh, hey, by the way, I think I'm going to do SBA loans," and he was, parking cars that's not what he does. You've been in the financial world for 20-something years?
27 years. Financial advising. Yeah.
So you get, right? And you have, we were just talking about this offline. It is one of the most frustrating processes I have ever seen. Mm-hmm. There's two things that you can never figure out: how the credit companies score your credit, which no one will ever find,
Correct.
and then SBA loan, how it actually works. Let's talk about this.
All right, let me give you some details on it. So it's a loan program that goes to the end of this year, December 31st, 2021. It's a coronavirus recovery loan,
Which we all need.
They shut us down in 2020, and they're giving us money now to recoup ourselves in every state, not just Florida. And we work in every state. So these are the details, the overview of the loan. It's 18 months, no payment. 18 months, no payment, and 30 years at 3.75%. 30 years at 3.75%.
So your interest rate right out of the gate.
Yep, through 30 years at 3.75%, and you have 18 months before you make your first payment. Yeah, it's a great deal. They're practically giving away money, really.
Well, if you could figure it out.
Well, right, if you can figure it out. And you have the time and the effort. They've been giving money to Wall Street guys, bank guys for years, even especially around 2009. Now they're giving money to Main Street guy.
Yeah, so those guys didn't really need it.
Yeah, they did.
I'm not trying to be that guy, but those guys were just fine.
Yeah, they were.
They had their portfolios and their hidden money and blah. It's the guys like us
that need the money.
That went, oh crap, 2019, 2020.
Let me tell you a story about a client in Pinellas County, but let me finish the details. So they go on the 2019 taxes. And what they do is they look at your taxes and they give you twice the amount of your gross. So, for example, if you made $100,000, you get $200,000 of a loan. Okay. But if you if you grossed $100,000, but you paid yourself $50,000, they go off the $100,000 of the gross. Okay, and they give you twice the amount at 3.75% interest for 30 years, no payment for 18 months. But in the credit score, you can have like a 500 credit score to get approved too.
Oh my God!
Yeah, the system, this program really have a lot of merit because they want to get you the money. And I've talked to these loan specialists and the representatives there. They want to get you the money. There's a lot of obstacles, a lot of bumps, a lot of twists in the road. I know I've got I've got 6 cases now that people were working with their accountant, and they gave us the case because the accountant didn't have the time or the know-it-all to get through the bumps in the road, and it's a very labor-intensive, and or their banker was working on it, and they all want to quit work at 5. Well, you got to work till late hours because it takes a lot of hours to get approved.
Right.
So there's a lot of obstacles. We're finding 80 to 90% of the people, maybe even 100%, get declined, and they get declined 5, 6, 7, 8 times before we get them approved.
Okay.
So there's a lot of obstacles. It's not just 1 or 2 declines. It's a lot, and so this businessman that does large volume of business down in Pinellas County is a perfect example. He has a big business, and he's got a large gross income, and he has a great credit score, and yet been declined. Got a letter here that doesn't tell him why he's declined.
You got declined.
You got
Sorry.
declined. No, there's no reason why. We don't got no reason, and so there's all kinds of people that get declined for no good reason.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's frustrating
It is frustrating.
so if I was doing it on my own, which I would never do in a million years, because again, I can't figure out credit scoring, so how the hell am I going to figure this out? But if I did it and I got the denial, I'd be like, oh, I'm done.
right.
I guess I'll find another way, or I'll shut my business down.
Well, one of the reasons that is because when you call in for the SBA loans, these people that are helping you just want the job for a month or 6 weeks. If they get fired because of an SBA Loan Specialist told me this, a loan representative said, "Well, Kevin, look, the deal is they just want to work and get paid $22 an hour for a month or so and get fired because of poor, and then boom, they're fine. So they don't service you. They don't dig deep. A lot of them." They don't want to go down into and find out what your problem is. That's why you got to have the right phone numbers and the right emails, who to contact to
Right.
get over those.
And that's what you do.
Right.
You've got those numbers. You've got the contacts. That's such a. That would make me feel better.
Yep.
Because it's just nothing like I have a friend fixed his credit, got lucky. It wasn't that bad, but he fixed it, and then he goes, "No, I'm just going to charge everybody to fix their credit." Now people are paying him to fix his credit, and I'm sitting there going,
Right.
Nope.
Right. So yeah, I mean, there's not just that. I mean, you're really helping people. I mean, another case I worked on, a high school friend of mine up in the D.C. area just got approved. Great friend of mine, and he is a painter, and I'm not using his name here, but he got $42,000. He is so happy he can buy a new truck, new equipment, and he's got some cushion to expand his business. Not only that, he can't wait. He's in his mid-50s. He can't wait to get out of painting and go help kids that are distressed and need psychological
Right.
help. He wants to change his career, so we're making people's dreams come true.
That's
It's
phenomenal.
awesome. It's really exciting.
It really is good. So is there stipulations of what you can use the money for?
Well, yes. You're supposed to have to use it for your business.
Correct.
Now, I had at a recent meeting, I had someone ask me, "Well, I buy and rent homes out. Can I buy a new home?" Well, that's your business. Yes, of course.
Okay.
You have to be a proprietor or a businessman.
Okay.
An independent businessman, which means you got to be on a 1040 Schedule C or 1120S.
Okay.
So if you're on either one of those, if you're on you can apply.
Okay.
You cannot be on a W-2 and apply.
Someone like myself who owns a company, I get a K2 or a K1, whatever it is, at the
Right.
end of the year.
K1, right.
I qualify.
Right, you qualify.
Okay.
You qualify.
Right. And so, and I know this is like, well, I don't know how long does it take to build a house. How long can the process take?
2 to 3 months.
Okay.
We just, the gentleman up in the D.C. area, he took 6 weeks, which is unusual.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, it took from 6 weeks, but it can take 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
And, it just depends on who's working on your case.
Okay.
How fast that loan officer processes your loan.
So people come meet with you. You take it from there and fill out the paperwork, and then ask them for whatever paperwork they need. And I think
Right.
it's,
Need your taxes and IDs.
Right.
The big thing is they want to prevent fraud.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
it's all about identification. Your front and back of your driver's license. Need your taxes, and then they verify your taxes with the IRS. So they got to get transcripts from the IRS to make sure, okay, yeah, this guy's not being fraudulent. This is the real guy with these taxes. So
Okay.
it's a lot of that, a lot of legwork.
A lot of legwork.
A lot of legwork.
And then when you submit everything for them and the denial letters come back, you go, oh, let me go figure out why.
Right.
Get on there with the phone. I guess you got to call them and go,
Well,
okay.
there's sometimes you can't get through. Sometimes it's an hour and a half wait, 2 hour wait.
Oh, my God.
Right.
Yeah, 30 minutes be like, I'm out.
Yeah, and then you're on hold, and then they pick it up and they say something vague that you can tell they're not really digging into your file, and they say, let me transfer you, and then they hang up. You see what happens?
Wow.
Yeah.
Government workers. Awesome.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're working from home. They're all working from home. They got dogs and kids pulling at them.
Right.
And they're like, I'm busy. Then I got to go take my kid to school or something. And they want to get off the phone. I've been disconnected so many times talking to these people. And then but now what's happened is we've got the right phone numbers to get to the loan representatives and such, so we can get right to them and solve problems.
So
quickly.
is their process like having a mortgage where they're the loan officer, and then the loan officer has to put it in underwriting, and underwriting has to go there and tear it apart to figure out why it shouldn't work?
Well, the thing is, I've talked to these loan officers, they want to give you the money.
Right.
That's the difference between this loan and, say, a bank loan.
Okay.
They do underwriting just like a bank loan. They do. But they want to get you the money. I've heard it time and time. We want to get these businesses
We want to help.
We want to help them. There's a lot of merit to this program. They want to get you the money. It's just they decline you so many times because of all the government red tape.
Right. And then, they figured if it's fraud, these guys are just not going to keep at it.
Yep.
It's just not worth it. We'll go to the next thing. We'll go to the next thing, right?
It's great. You're really helping businesses get off the ground from the COVID shutdown and make their dreams come true and give them a safety net.
That's okay. So
if you need let me say this: if you need a lump sum of money to help your business grow or down the future, this is how you do it.
So how do people get a hold of you? What's the best way?
My phone number.
Okay.
727-480-3939. Kevin Quinn, SBA Loan Specialist.
See, there you go. So
727-480-3939. Kevin Quinn.
If you need money and you got patience, because obviously you're going to have patience, right? And this is the guy for you. Give him a call. All right. So for the rest of the show, you guys are going to watch some interviews that we did last month, and that's what happens in the TV world. It's always changing. We'll see everybody later. Thanks. Bye. All right, everybody, we're back. We're back with Bill Koenig, right? And you are a financial dude. You're a financial dude.
I put myself out as a financial advisor. I've been doing it 34 years, 21 with my own firm. So I guess I'm doing something right.
Let's tell what's the name of your company?
I own Nature Coast Wealth Management Services. It's myself, two other associates, two other financial advisors, and we've been located in the Spring Hill area for the whole time that I've been in business.
That's amazing. Okay, so when financial services is a big pot. So what out of that big pot, what do you specialize in?
I specialize in helping individuals plan and maintain their finances, their investments.
Okay.
We don't do bookkeeping for people or anything like that. We will set up an investment plan for people, also small businesses. We do pension plans for small businesses. Most small businesses don't realize that they can afford to have a pension plan. In fact, they can't not have one because the government lets them put money in the plan, take it from their left pocket and put it in their right.
Really?
And most small businesses don't understand that it's an expense. Just like if they were buying supplies for their business, that's expensed. You can expense your pension plan. And if you're a small business, a mom and pop business, you get to take money basically from your left pocket and put it in your right pocket and expense it and put it into a plan that will grow for your retirement, and you don't have to pay tax on that money until you start taking it out.
Taking it out. Okay.
Just like
So
an
if I'm
IRA.
just like me, I'm paying my rent every month. I should be paying into an investment.
You can pay into a simple pension plan, a SEP, 401k if you have a lot of employees, whichever makes sense for your business.
Okay.
And we customize that. We do that for any business.
So here's the ultimate question. I know a lot of our viewers will ask: is it ever too late?
Not really. Everyone needs to know that they have to have money down the road.
Right.
We can't just run out of money and say, oh, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to have investments that continually will give you some kind of income
Right.
when you're at that stage. And there are investment vehicles that you can use that will do that you'll have an income coming in. And most things you can't guarantee. However, there are certain annuities out there that will guarantee an income for life.
Right.
The insurance company is the guarantor,
Okay.
and depending on your age and the amount of money in there, they'll guarantee you anywhere from 4% to 7%
Wow.
annual income
Okay.
off of your investment. That's pretty much the only thing that you can say is guaranteed, other than a U.S. Treasury bond,
Right.
which isn't paying much right now
No.
with interest rates
Right.
being down.
Okay. Now, so say I'm 55, right? I have 10 more years before I retire. 65, or I can go to 69. I don't want to, but so if I start chunking down now, how much am I allowed to put into?
Well, in just in an IRA, if you're over 50, the government gives you a step up. Under 50 and under, or actually 49 and under, you get to put in $5,500. When you turn 50, they call it a catch-up, and they let you put in an extra $1,000 a year.
A year.
So you can put in $6,500 a year into an IRA.
That's just $500 a month.
Yeah, which, if invested properly, should grow nicely.
Yeah.
Again, no guarantee, but
Oh, yeah, right. Of
there
course.
are nice investments out there that have been around for a long time that generally give good returns. If you're looking at a pension plan, you can put in more money than that. And I have to look at what if they've changed the guidelines for this year. But basically, you get to put in up to, I think it was 45,000 or 55,000, depending on the amount of money you make.
Right.
And then I think it's 15% or the cap.
Well, yeah, and you deal with that on an
And that's-
individual basis.
We have that on
Okay.
a chart, so I don't have to memorize.
Yeah, exactly.
that.
So I'm just throwing stuff at you because I didn't know I could do that. So what are the other services that you offer there at your firm?
We'll do an analysis
Okay.
of anybody's portfolio. We'll also do an analysis of life insurance.
Okay.
Especially young families, this is something that young families don't think of. I know I didn't think of it when I was younger. I thought I was bulletproof.
Right.
You know, nothing's going to happen to me. But had something happen to me, you know, what would the family do? What would my
Right.
wife and child do? And I, you know, took care of that when I found out about it.
Mm-hmm.
I try to encourage young people to look at their situation, and if one of the spouses isn't there, car accident, God forbid, an illness that takes one of the spouses away, you need enough money to live for 5 years.
Right.
So you basically take out an insurance policy. You can take out a term policy, which is very inexpensive in most cases, so that if one of the spouses dies, and you take a policy out on each one, and let's say both spouses work and they have children that are school age, well, maybe you need somebody to be there when the kids come home from school
Right.
and you're still at work. So you have to pay somebody to do that.
That's right. You have a sitter or that person.
And you lose that spouse's income
Yep.
that wasn't there. This way you have that money.
Okay.
And that's paid out tax-free as an insurance payment
Got it.
that the surviving spouse can use to maintain their lifestyle until they get situated again.
Okay. Now, does that include long-term, short-term? Expect like what happens if the spouse gets into an accident and he's in the hospital and he needs long-term care?
We do long-term care. I personally don't. I have an associate that does that. For anyone that wants a long-term care policy, we do offer that service. Most of the younger people don't, you know, aren't
Think of that stuff, right?
think of that. It's mostly my senior clients,
Right,
my
right.
retirees
Yep.
that are looking at that. But yes, we do offer
Okay.
long-term
So
care.
the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to come in and sit down with you, and you're going to do an analysis of what we've got or what we don't have, and go, this is what I recommend for short-term, or this is what I recommend for long-term.
Yeah, generally when I have someone come in the office, I ask them to bring in any statements they have from any banks, savings, investments, and their tax return.
Okay.
I found that some people, they'll bring in everything except this one account that they just don't want anybody to see.
Right.
However, if they bring in their tax return, everything's on the tax
Yeah,
return.
everything's right there.
Has
yeah.
to be there.
Yeah.
I can't do a proper job unless I know what the whole situation is. And then based on the whole situation, I can give them a recommendation. I've had people come in the office that wanted basically a second opinion. And I've looked through what they had, and I said, I can't do any better than this. Whoever you're using is doing a very good job,
Right.
and that's fine.
So you don't try to take that. You just look. You're good where you're at. Keep going.
Yeah,
That's admirable.
treat
Because most
people-
a lot of people would not be that way.
I treat people like I want to be treated.
There you go.
And I also am a predominantly fee-based broker.
Okay.
I don't charge commission, so to speak.
Right.
Everybody is on a fee-based. Depending on the amount of money, generally runs from 2.5% down to 1.5%, and that's on an annual basis.
Wow. All right. So if you don't have a plan and you need a plan, or you want to get a second opinion on your plan that you already have, go see Bill. Bill will take care of you. All his information has been up. The website, the phone number, the whole 9 yards. You give this man a call. We'll be right back. We're going back with Halina, and Halina's going to teach us all about decorating. So stick around. Okay, hey, we're back, and if decorating's your thing, this lady right here, don't mind Leah. We want to talk to Halina. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Leah. You know that. So, How is the business?
Actually, since COVID started, the business has been really good because people do not travel as much, especially at the beginning.
Right.
And they don't go out to eat, and they stay home, and they learn how to cook, and they notice all the changes they want to do, and they call us.
It's funny, right? You're sitting in your house, you're going, well, I don't like those drapes. Why did they put blinds in? Oh, look at the flooring. I don't like that flooring either. So who they got to call?
That's
Miss
right.
Halina. And then guess who gets to do all the work? Mr. Leo.
Well, I don't physically do a lot of that work. You know, we have a lot of people that actually do the work.
Right,
you
I know.
that They actually know what the hell they're doing.
Right, exactly. No, that was what I was going to say. So,
You know, I mean, there's-
so have you had a problem with labor?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like now everybody wants it done. It's like, oh my, I need more people.
No, actually, that's not the issue. The issue is getting the
Materials, too.
Because a lot of our fabrics are like from Germany,
Right.
and Germany's locked down.
Lockdown.
So like we had customers that ordered in December window treatments.
Yeah. They can't give
And
us a date.
They can't even give us a date when the fabric is going to be available.
You know what I did? I jumped right in because I know what you guys do and I love what you guys do. Let's tell everybody at home what all you guys do. That because we're sitting here talking like, oh yeah, we know we're old friends, but it's everybody at home is like, well, what are they talking about? So what do you do?
Okay. So we started this business over 35 years ago, and we started it with doing just window treatments and color coordinating.
Right.
And we have just grown to be able to do anything that goes into the home.
Wow.
There's, blueprint on, we can do anything. We do commercial, residential. And we've also grown to go to the outdoors where Leo has been extremely busy, right?
Yeah, with the retractable awnings, actually retractable roof systems.
Okay.
This lady on Harbor Point, she wanted to have a retractable roof over an entire swimming pool.
Whoa.
So the roof was 24 feet by 24 feet.
Holy cow, that's huge.
Yes, and it completely covers the swimming pool from one end to the other, and it opens up when you want it.
That is excellent. Look at her talk. Because instead of a bird cage, I could have a
Oh, yeah, you
roof.
can.
Oh, it is so cool. And we have a bird cage, but at night we started sitting outside the bird cage because we live in the same area you do,
Oh, that's right.
Starkey.
Yep.
And it's just so nice to sit out there with the wildlife, with the deers and
Yep.
the animals and all the birds, and it's so much more airy and fresher than under the bird cage.
So if I'm in my house and I look around going just not really happy, so you come over, sit down with a consultation with us and go,
Right.
okay, well, let's change this and we're going to change this. Leo, do you going to go, well, knock that wall out? No.
Well, actually, we have done that too.
Have you really?
Oh, yeah.
See, okay, so now I'm learning something. So
No,
you'll
no,
knock, let's get
Right.
rid of that wall.
We don't physically, we'll knock the walls down ourselves, but
Right,
we
no.
have a lot of contractors that
Yeah.
we work with.
Yeah.
And sometimes things are not in our own house. When we bought a house 5 years ago, first thing we did, we knocked out a wall because we're stupid. It didn't make any sense. So we removed it. And now it looks so much bigger and, airier.
Right.
And there's no need for that wall over there. It just doesn't make any sense.
So you literally can handle from ceiling to floor.
Anything. And we are fully licensed, insured, so that, we haven't really had any issues or problems.
Well, all our contractors are all licensed. It's also
Yeah.
so that anybody does any
Right.
work, electrician or whoever, they're all licensed.
And you guys are okay doing little small jobs
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
up to the big,
Oh, no,
complete
Yeah.
gut it and let's make it all new again.
Yeah, we've had the little lady in a mobile home park that has been saving her dollars
Yeah.
literally in a jar, and she's been wanting drapes her whole life. And when she called us, she said, I don't know if there's something that you even want to bother because I only have $900. That's all I was able to save. What can you do with this?
Right.
Right. So we figured, well, we got to make it work.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
say
you
no to a
can't
little
say
old
no.
lady.
No, you
and-
cannot.
And she was so
Absolutely not.
sweet. And we figured, we worked around with the fabrics and everything else, and we made it happen. And it was just, it's just like special little things like that.
Right.
Because our job is very personal.
Yes.
You have to get into the person's, to know how to make their home their home.
I've seen your work. I've seen your work too, and I'm telling you, it is absolutely outstanding. So, I mean, do you ever get that where you drive down the street, oh, I did that house? I
Uh-huh.
did that house over there, did that house over there. Oh, that's my design right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But this year, we've had so many repeat customers,
Right.
and everybody's calling back. I mean, this one customer, she's 91, her husband's 90, and they're just moving to a townhouse because they couldn't live in their house anymore.
Oh.
And I just thought it's the coolest thing, because I'm moving them again, and it's not an assisted living, and it's just super special,
Right.
And one of our doctor friends that always said, I want you to do something different with us, and he just bought a condo in Clearwater Beach right on
The Mandalay Beach Club.
Oh, nice.
8th floor, 2,000 square feet,
Yeah.
empty.
Right.
So
Blank canvas.
Blank canvas.
Are you
So-
still in business? I say, yes, we are.
Still in business.
Yeah.
Is it amazing how many people
It
are calling
is.
today going, are you
It-
still
it
in
is.
business?
It's-
Yeah, I didn't go anywhere.
It really is, I mean, I feel bad for a lot of the people, but I don't feel bad for a lot of people that just collect and don't want to go to work, because
Yep.
we have that problem too.
Right.
But, it's just like so cool to see all of your old customers still having your phone number.
Now, are you guys strictly residential, or can you do business as well?
Now, we've done a lot of commercials. We've
Well,
done,
Center for Bone and Joint Disease.
Okay, yes.
We've been there. We've done their work for 25 years. Every building
Every
they put
building.
up, pretty much, they call us.
So they get the bones put together,
Right.
whole 9 yards, and they bring you and go, okay, make it look.
that's it.
Yeah.
That
And
is-
it's not just the
Furniture,
furniture,
everything,
waiting
from,
rooms,
from
everything.
Blueprint on, pretty much. And we've done all of the hospice,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the,
Gulfside Regional Hospice.
Okay.
We've done all of those with Linda Ward.
Yep.
So we've done restaurants, and we've done a lot of other doctors' offices. But no, there's nothing we can do. And I did one RGA doctor. He's a special holistic doctor, and
Oh,
he wanted me to
Dr.
kind of go
K.
crazy, and he wanted to.
Did he
use-
know what he's doing?
yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
my. Okay.
yes. Actually, Mark had a meeting with him in there,
That's awesome.
and he couldn't get over it. But we did purple and green.
You imagine purple leather sofas with a white pinstripe,
Oh, okay.
and they're like very, very comfortable. People don't want to leave. They
Yeah.
don't
That's
come and
awesome.
hang out.
Told him happy hour. Even the light bulbs are purple.
That was his. That
That
was
man
his.
likes purple.
That was his request.
That man likes purple. Good for him.
Yeah. But so we have fun. We have fun with it. But so it's just like I don't feel that there's anything that we haven't done.
That's awesome.
And if we can't find it, we find someone to make it,
Right.
because custom is what it is.
I bet you walk in the studio and you're like, oh God, this needs help.
No,
Actually,
I like it. It's the first thing Leo
I said, look
said.
at this cool place he created.
Yeah, I have some people walk in here. Their OC goes overboard. They're like, no, can't do it. Can't. They won't. They'll have to sit up there, and that's even worse because that's got toys everywhere. So how do people get a hold of you?
Well, we've been getting a lot of people from our website. Referrals has been really big.
Okay.
Referrals has been really big because a lot of people feel if they made you happy,
Right.
I know I can trust them.
Right.
So that's been good. And networking, RGA.
You like
been good.
RGA?
I love RGA.
Well,
They're kind of,
Yay!
I've heard how crazy. No, I love her to death. I visit all of them, but I started coming back to the local one, and
Yeah.
I walked in and it was just nothing but smiles. You're here. I'm like, wow. I didn't get that anywhere else. I mean, they're all like, they're all in. They're like, yeah, come on in. But Jody was like, oh my God, it's charming.
Yeah.
well, we
Jody-
actually got invited to a thing Mark had it in the Safety Harbor in the park. We didn't even know anything about RGA. This was, I don't know, 10 years ago or whatever.
Well, we've been visiting for
Yeah,
many
but-
years, but we never joined until Jody stepped into our lives.
Jody is awesome.
yeah.
If you meet Jody and don't join, there's something wrong with you.
Right,
I'm just
right.
saying.
But-
That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, but also with RGA, what other networking function has kept online through the whole COVID?
Mark didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I think there was 1 week, and then boom, the Zoom started happening, and the meetings started happening. I'm like, well, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So people can go to your website.
Mm-hmm.
They can call you. They can probably catch you on social media, and you have a bunch of stuff out there so they can see what you befores and afters and
Plenty.
And you also do flooring. So make sure you throw that out there real quick. So literally from the ceiling down,
Right.
or from the floor up,
Yeah.
you can handle
And everything in between.
everything in between. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But, a lot of people now have created the outdoor living room, so I really push that. And we also have, besides the awnings, the solar shades, which is
Right,
really
right.
amazing. But we also do the furniture for outdoors.
That's awesome.
And we have a lot of really nice lines, and we run a lot of specials. We run a
Okay.
lot of specials on furniture right now. And Pelican Reef's one of the lines that we carry, and that's out of Florida.
East Coast.
So it's
The
quick
Panama
delivery.
Jack is the brand.
All right, so look, if you're trying to redo the interior, which I know COVID world has really set that on fire, these are the two people you need to call, take care of them, and they will take care of you. Hey, we'll be right back after these messages with Mark. We'll be right back. And as usual, we have saved the best for last. No, it's kind of funny. We sit down and go, Mark's like, I can't do 10 minutes. Dude, I can guarantee you're going to roll 10 minutes in a heartbeat.
Oh, for crying out loud,
So,
John.
okay, I got to come to the first, for me, the first in-person meet of any networking group.
Oh, but you'll always
RGA.
remember your first.
That, I'll tell you, it's always the best.
What did you think?
It was awesome.
Okay.
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was some really great people, and it's good to get back out and get into
It is.
the world again. It's
100%.
and RGA's never slowed down.
We jumped right into the Zoom platform and went crazy with it. 14, I think, meetings a week. It was just ridiculously crazy.
Are you zoomed out?
You know what? I'm done with the Zoom fatigue. I've learned how to, get through that. Because I think this platform's going to be with us forever. It just propelled us into
Right.
It's a great way to meet with somebody quickly, efficiently. There's no drive time. So I'm really kind of digging that.
We have used Zoom for 6 years. We used Zoom the second year they came out.
See?
And you're right. So because when I'm trying to do a production meeting and I got clients that are in another state, I can go, let's jump on Zoom. We'll talk about it, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So.
And my favorite, if you don't like what they're saying, you can mute them.
Right. You just nod.
Of
Of course, you might be nodding something you don't want to be nodding to.
but
You're
if they're
like,
on
"Oh."
mute, you don't care.
That's true.
But no, we're moving forward with that. 4 a week, Monday, Wednesday lunch, Tuesday, Thursday breakfast, and this week and twice a month we're going to do a virtual speed networking.
Oh, really?
So yeah, there were so many people last time. It was multiple screens, and I was trying to help Melissa, our event planner,
Right.
like who's next. So it moves very quickly, 3 to 5 commercials, and then we throw you into a breakout room. That way you get to meet people. That's why you're there. So it kind of brings a personality to it. But we've partnered with several chambers around the area to do networking mixers.
So who was the newest?
Our newest is the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. We're doing it at the end of May. It's going to be a trivia night. It's back at both members, Sea Dog Cantina. They're a member of the chamber and a member of RGA.
Nice.
So we're going to do it there. Lots of trivia, lots of door prizes. We love that. We're back in your neck of the woods at Newport Richie at the Widow Fletcher's.
The Widow Fletcher's, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ever say Widow Fletcher's. It's
the Widow Fletcher's. And it's kind of funny. It's owned by 3 guys who none of them are widow men. So I was like, well, because in Missouri, that's what happens. You lose your spouse and they open a restaurant,
Right.
to keep the farm going. And yeah, I'm like, well, where's Widow Fletcher? And they're like, there's no Widow Fletcher. So that's kind of misleading. But it was a good name.
It's cool.
Cool. Yeah. So we just Bob and Arlene were just featured yet again in the Tampa Bay Times for the new Tampa chapter, and they're packing them in there.
Yep.
So we're excited about the future of networking, prosperity in
So tell everybody
Tampa
home what
Bay.
RGA stands for.
Really great alternative. So there's a million RGAs, but the
There
real
really is.
the real reason is revenue generating activity.
Right.
And what I believe what you're doing as a small business owner from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. is a revenue generating activity. So often, as you know, John, we would go to these networking things, and there'd be a lot of people who'd be selling a lot of products,
Right.
and part of me would say, well, I thought I brushed my teeth when I got here. I don't need toothpaste. And they would tell you why you needed their toothpaste,
Right.
and part of me would be like, wow. So Yeah,
Thanks for the toothpaste. I appreciate that.
My favorite was the lady who, and the other guest today will be there, who did this wrap thing. Why she picked me, I have no idea. I needed 2 wraps and didn't really work. But
Wow.
So they had to change the name. But anyway, it's revenue generating activity. Whatever you do from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. should be a revenue generating activity. We really try to focus on our membership. It's all about them. John, tell us what's coming up with WeBeam
Well,
TV.
hold on a second. Now you guys have different. You have things called moms.
Oh, I'm glad you clarified that, because Friday we were at the Brass Tap and there was about 6 guests, and this one lady was like, "Oh, I want to do a mom with," and the one guy like sat down by me and he's like, "I want in on this," and I'm like, "So, dude, a mom is a meeting outside the meeting, a dad is a discussion after dinner, because we're a family. Find another member and learning why."
Right.
I mean, the guy was ready to join. And, I said, why don't you wait and see if we're a fit? Because it's not what you're thinking. It's to get to know, like, and trust you, so you're better to refer you. Because when people know what WeBeam TV does for the community and what you do for your wife and children and grandchildren, they're better off to refer you. And if you learn about the why people do what they do,
That is the most important thing out of anything that I've ever, when I'm networking, is I want to know why that person's doing what they do. If they're doing it just to make a living, first of all, they're miserable.
Right, but there's nothing wrong with that. People do have to make a mortgage payment, but you're right, the passion isn't there. Yeah. And it's always good to find that spark or that passion.
How many times does someone come in and go, "What do you do for a living?" "I work for insurance."
Right.
I'm like, wow, do you really?
Or I sell insurance.
Or I sell insurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like, everybody needs it. Well, not everybody. I mean, does the Queen of England need insurance?
Nope.
Probably not.
Nope. But the moms and
moms, dads, and families.
Yeah, that's awesome.
When we call Bob's business over breakfast,
right.
There's a whole bunch more. Zazz's, I think, is a new one.
Down,
we do, and we had a whole bunch of logoed merchandise printed. My favorite were the I Do Mom socks. That gets a rise out of people when you're sitting at So, we've got a lot coming up. Check our website. We have a brand new calendar section on our website, which literally tells you day by day what's going on.
It does,
in RGA.
and I'm glad for that, because that's how I got down to the Brass Tap. I'm like, oh, you know what? I've got a doctor's appointment over there. I'll hit that first, and then I'll go to the doctor's appointment. We'll all get.
There you go. It's kind of like the Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of like back when we were pulling sheets of toilet paper. Now you can just spin that calendar and see where you want to go. So we're excited. We're also looking for restaurants with private rooms. If you have a restaurant with a private room, we'd love to feature you locally. By doing either a mixer or a meeting. So
you're also looking for someone to start their own chapters.
We are. Thank you, John. Yeah. So we have a foothold in several major cities, but if you're watching us and you're unhappy with whatever group you're doing, we have a proven support system that will help you launch a chapter in a couple weeks. And we also have the social media power behind it to help you launch that chapter.
Exactly.
So like Nashville, Fort Myers, Orlando, Bradenton.
Yep.
Bradenton.
Not Brandon.
Which it can be, and there's several others, but it's listed on our website.
And you want to know? I tell you, I'm gonna brag about you. One of the things that I love about the RGA is anybody can join, as long as. Yes, if your business requires a license to do business within this state, if you're a plumber, yes, you need license and insurance, and yes, we do check that. If you're a roofer, you need license and insurance. Any of the trades things. My favorite was there was some guy who was a home services specialist. And I asked him, he's doing remodels and stuff, and I said, "Oh, do you have your license?" "Oh, you don't need a license. I'm in whatever county." And I'm like, "Yes, you do." Yeah.
And
there's a background check.
There's a background check. It's a simple background check, but we just don't want, you're getting to know somebody. Kerry has some beautiful kids at his house, and I don't want some wackadoodle coming, helping Kerry out and finding like, "Mark, did you know this guy was,
Right.
Because his kids are going to be famous opera singers.
That's awesome.
Or Broadway singers.
Broadway.
I had to correct that.
I think the one thing about the group that I like the best is the fact that everybody that I met, I have no problem saying, for or I tell my mom to use these people. If I can't give you to my mom,
100%. That's
Then-
it. Can I steal that?
absolutely. Because if you're not good enough to go to my mom's house, you're
not
good-
mom-worthy.
No, man, that's a big deal for
That's
me.
a good one. We could probably integrate that with.
There you go. It's for
So
free.
I like the fact too that you're able to give 2 or 3 of people in an industry
Yes.
because that way you choose. Because we may gel, but you may not, get along
Exactly.
with somebody else.
Get that no like trust.
Yes.
I used to make fun of that. I did. I'm like, I know people and I like people, but I just have a hard time trusting anybody.
So if
But that's different. I tell you, the one lady, oh God, Christine, she's got my phone call. I already told my wife, I said, we need to hide everything. We'll call her. She'll take care of it.
there you go. So we're going to be working on a musical, right? A networking musical. It's
that's
on one
awesome.
of our members' bucket list, and we now have a copywriter who's been helping me, so he's going to be overwhelmed with
Yes.
different scripts. Because as you know, there could be some really funny scenes from that.
Yes, it can. That'd
So
be awesome.
my favorite, and I'll go ahead and spoil it, we were, doing the mass mixer, and I kept asking this lady, what do you do? And she literally almost started crying. And I go, oh my God, honey, what's wrong? And she goes, I thought you said, when am I due?
Oh!
And I go, no, what do you do? Right? And, she was like, I felt a little bloated, but I'm not pregnant. And I thought, oh my goodness, only in networking
Only
and
networking.
only, during a pandemic.
Well, Mark, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you,
Thanks for
John.
bringing some great guests. Hey,
I know
appreciate
these-
everybody watching. And you know what? We will see you next week with the Tampa Bay Business Connections. Have a good night.
Thank you.